Now, you may be knowing that the Japanese Prime Minister, Mr. Abe, is visiting United States of America. He is visiting the country at the times when the China is trying to reflect its muscles. When I say reflecting muscles by China, I mean to say that they have flooded the Asian AIIB, that is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and already more than 53 countries, including the close allies of USA, they have shown interest in joining AIIB. This is seen by experts as the challenge to the US hegemon in terms of the World Bank and IMF. This is an effort, AIIB is seen as an effort by China to restructure the global governance system. And you may be knowing that China and Japan, they are having the conflicts over the Senkaku Island, that is also known as Diaoyu Island, Senkaku Islands, that controversy, right? And there was another issue of AIDZ, that is Air Identification Defense Zone. When China declared AIDZ nearby, it covered the area near Senkaku. At the same time, there are controversy related to the wartime past of Japan. So, under this light, Mr. Abe is visiting USA, and USA Congress and the President, they had extended an honor that extended the honor of Mr. Abe to address the US Congress. Mr. Abe will address the US Congress, and this is for the first time any Japanese PM is extended this honor, and this is in itself a symbolic gesture, great symbolic gesture. The another controversy between US and Japan is the Okinawa marine base of USA. Okinawa marine base. The resident of Okinawa objected to this base, and Japanese government had even USA had agreed to relocate this marine base to somewhere else in a less populated area of Okinawa. So that is now settled, and what I want to say that the relationship between US and Japan is at a comfortable level right now. Both the countries have the strategic understanding as of now, including India, where all these countries want to challenge the single-sided approach of China in dealing with conflicts or sending messages in the region. Japanese Prime Minister Mr. Abe is a nationalist Prime Minister, and the Article 9 of the Peace Constitution of Japan, Article 9 of the Constitution, that restricted Japan for the creation of offensive forces, so to say. It's being reinterpreted by this Prime Minister as that this would be read as the Japanese would be able to raise forces for the self-defense, and it is in sync with the need of the US as well as Japan. Why US? Because the closest ally, if we look at the closest ally in last few years, UK had been the closest ally of USA, and recently you have seen that UK had gone for the budget cuts, and these budget cuts would hamper the collective ability of USA and the allies to deal with any challenges whatsoever in any region of the world. So at the same time, if someone else is trying to fill that vacuum created by this defense cut, and that someone else is Japan here. So Japan is filling the shoes left vacant by the UK and other allies. The another fear which the Japan and USA or other legitimate country has is that the way USA had allowed the peaceful rise of any other country, let's say China, USA had allowed China's rise in last 3 decades. If we look at it, the USA's role was rather a cooperative one. They cooperated in all arenas of China's rise, including the trade, including the poverty removal. But just look at the world. Just imagine a world where China is a superpower. Would China, looking at its attitude and its political structure, would China? It's a question that would China allow any other country to rise peacefully? That's a question which these powers, including Japan and USA and India, has to answer. So, on this background, he is visiting, and at the same time, the Trans-Pacific Agreement, which has been floated by USA, Japan would become the active partner of Trans-Pacific partnership, and it would pave way for the greater economic cooperation between the countries. So this is an important visit by the Japanese Prime Minister, and let's hope what happens, and if there is any declaration whatsoever, any understanding between any further strategic understanding between both the countries would pave way for another video. Thank you very much. Hope to see you back. You can subscribe my channel. It's youtube.com/user/IASTOSS. Thank you. Bye bye.